welcome to 2ZQ Hot Takes, where we discuss issues both big and small. I'm your host, the very handsome Tim Kirk, and this time I'll be talking about the value of the word no. The word no can have many values, including in negotiation. A positive no is a valuable skill that can help establish agreements. It can also help send a clear message that you value your offerings. In mental health, saying no more often can help you prioritize yourself, value yourself more, and set boundaries. In clarity, no can provide complete clarity on a subject and reveal the relative priority order of each objection. In guidance, no can provide guidance on what issues you need to overcome before moving forward. In control, no can provide a person with control and protection. Now, there is an article by Alyosha Drysoner, PhD, from Psychology Today, and it's under the heading of motivation. It's called The Value of No. Key points are: rejections hurt because they dampen hope, threaten self-worth, and raise questions about purpose. Rejections are seldom part of zero-sum games, as one yes outweighs multiple no's, and there are multiple potential silver linings in getting rejected. Alyosha starts off by saying, "I have been rejected so many times that I have lost count. Personally, so have I. Internships, jobs, scholarships, master's degree spots, a children's book, journal articles, seminars, and let's not forget friends and dates. In fact, when I wrote this post, I had received 3 major rejections within 7 days. On a personal level, I receive 3 to 10 rejections professionally every day." Then he says, 1 from a major psychological journal, 1 from a university regarding a postdoc position, and 1 from a potentially lucrative client regarding a seminar on stress and resilience. He goes on to say that it would seem that I collect rejections like other people collect stamps or vacation pictures. Of course, I don't, and being rejected hurt every single time. And yet, there is some value to rejections that I hope to point out here. Before I get into that, let's talk about why rejections hurt. First of all, rejection is often linked to hope. In order to be rejected, we begin with a goal or an invitation. At the end of this action lies the hope of a better future, a new job, a date, entry to a select group. When we are rejected, that hope, in its particular shape, dies. One door closes, as the saying goes. The second reason rejections hurt is that many of us have internalized the belief that we are worthy when we achieve things and when we perform. When we fail or don't reach our goals, we often feel less worthy. This nagging feeling that comes from the belief that we are not good enough is shame. Third, rejections hurt because they can dampen our sense of purpose. Assume you want to be an actor. You take classes, go to auditions, and hear no every single time. Even the most enduring among us would eventually have doubts if this was truly our path. As Brené Brown writes in 2018, shame is the fear of disconnection. And this brings me to the fourth and final reason why rejections hurt so much. Being rejected can lead to feelings of being lonely. An extreme version of rejection is ostracism when an individual is expelled from a group. Research shows Getting rejected for things you really want to do is better than getting rejected for things your parents or other society wants you to do. Also, it pays to remember that not all endeavors are equally worthy. Perhaps gathering 100,000 Instagram followers isn't the best way to measure your success. And finally, never getting rejected may be less than ideal. If you never get rejected, you are likely deep in your comfort zone and personal growth rarely happens. If you hear yes at every single career stage, you probably did not reach high enough. If you never hear no, chances are you did not make many risks, or you are just exceptionally talented, lucky, or both. I would also say rich and spoiled and privileged because they are never told no. He goes on to the next step, which is the benefits and lessons of getting rejected. With these remarks out of the way, what can we learn from getting rejected? 1. In a career and dating context, rejections are a feedback mechanism. If we knock on enough doors and sometimes hear yes and sometimes hear no, we can learn how the market of supply and demand currently values what we have to offer. Knowing exactly where we stand can provide us with insights for better decisions. Do we need to improve, or do we just need to roll the dice some more? If we are lucky, rejections come in more words than a simple no and offer some kind of reason why it was a no this time. If you don't hear or see this reason right away, it might be a good idea to ask. Secondly, rejections can build resilience. If we go through life smooth sailing with nothing ever going wrong, or perhaps our parents shielding us from adversity, we don't learn how to cope with setbacks. The first rejections usually hurt the most, but as we go through life hearing some yeses and nos, it becomes easier to cope with the nos. If we learn to view ourselves as individuals who are worthy of love and belonging regardless of our achievements, it becomes easier still. 3, or the third, rejections can build character. I must have some fortress of character. Hearing no every now and then can help us stay grounded and develop humility. I have been humbled very, very, very many times. If we have a growth mindset, from Dweck in 1999, we can find motivation from rejections, so try a bit harder as our abilities are not fixed in time, but change with effort and strategy. 4, or fourth, rejections are obstacles on the way to success. When we follow our passions and dreams, we are often trying something difficult. If it wasn't difficult, it wouldn't feel as important or worth doing. Because what we are doing is hard, we are going to fail. We must walk through the no's to get to the yes. If J.K. Rowling had given up after getting rejected 12 times, there would be no Harry Potter. Personally, I don't think it would be such a great loss. Instead, she said she would try until every single publisher turned her down, fearing that might in fact happen. In this way, rejections are necessary, or at least a byproduct, to succeed. Rejections feel like a punch in the gut or like the sting of a bee. The important thing is that we learn to try again and not get discouraged. Good luck. Well, thank you, Alyosha. As someone who's been getting rejected on a regular basis for a long time, I have my own opinions that are very difficult to articulate, so I'll end with this. Thanks for listening. See you next time. And as the kiddies say, peace out.